I've decided to do a series of videos on book recommendations because I get a fair number of those in the comments. People asking questions, what do you recommend on this? What do you recommend on that? And obviously, anyone who's been following me for a while knows I specialize in my antiquarian trade in medicine, surgery, theology, and Bibles. So it's probably gonna skew heavily towards those, but I will hit other things as well. General bibliophilia, probably some Edgar Allan Poe, things like that. So today, first episode, the book I'm recommending, Singer and Underwood, A Short History of Medicine. Now, in the first half of the 20th century, there were a lot of general histories of medicine and surgery. And I don't know why that is. And then it just kind of like died off mid-century. I guess everybody kind of figured it's been written. But this is a very approachable one, being a single volume. It is skewed very heavily towards the British history of medicine, not totally, but it kind of, that's its baseline, and then anything else is kind of excursions outside of that. So there is that I think is a little bit frustrating at times, because you'd like to hear more about what's going on in the rest of the world. It's also a bit dated at this point, being from the first half of the 20th century, and by a bit, I mean quite a bit. You know, the molecular revolution of medicine had really only just started to hit its infancy when this book was published in its final edition. But otherwise, it's a very good book. It filled in a ton of gaps in my knowledge. So Singer and Underwood, A Short History of Medicine. Oh, as a final thought, there is one thing I did want to say. Something that frustrates me in a lot of these histories of medicine, the authors can't seem to here and there resist their urge to put in their own perspective on something. And it creeps in every once in a while in frustrating ways where it's like, no one cares what you think. You could have just been silent, just write the history. And so that does happen a couple times in here where it's like, why am I hearing your editorial? Oh well.